Hey guys, it's Mike the Wrestling God Smith. You guys are watching On Wrestling. This video is actually about Monday Night Raw last night. I did see it because I knew it's been a while since I've seen Monday Night Raw, and there's a reason I kind of stopped. This is the reason why I kind of stopped watching it because I know what's going on in Raw. As much as I don't pay attention, I know what's going on. I was more happy about the Randy Orton 20th celebration because the dude's 20 years in the business. Congratulations to him because he is the Viper. He is the legend killer, the apex predator. I'm glad he's having a ball with Riddle because Arcade Bro is kind of growing on me. And like Rhea Ripley turning heel on Liv Morgan, and they're both fighting, so it's a heel against a face anyway. I just my brain is I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Zelina. I'm cool with freaking Sonya Deville actually gonna do something and not try to be the manager of the whole situation because Adam Pearce could actually do it. But the problem is they need somebody that can run Raw. And here's the thing: he's kind of incompetent too because he's not really making a lot of money. And the problem is that as much as he's trying to make this money, we don't even know that much about him. And it's like now they're kind of putting the whole Cody Rhodes thing. It's probably gonna the sad part is I really wish Ted DiBiase Jr. would have popped up out of retirement. He would have popped up and they did a legacy thing where all three Cody Rhodes. It would have been a big legacy hit. It would have been a massive pop because legacy would have been in there. It would have been a cooler thing, and I just think, or even Edge, him popping up and doing like R-rated RKO that was a faction in itself. He created a lot of teams. He was the leader of his own group, and he wasn't like Triple H yet. Just needed two dudes. Him and Edge were kind of good guys because I like the fact they both wanted to do it, and I'm glad that they did. I'm glad that they kind of went after DX and had rivalries with them, and a whole bunch of things that I really don't miss. But here's the thing. And I'm gonna get a little not biblical, but I'm gonna get a little mad because of the fact the way everything is running in Raw right now. So you still got Miz doing the Miz TV segments, which is okay to a certain extent, but he really doesn't prove anything. This dude gets his butt whooped so many times by people, it's ridiculous. Tommaso Ciampa is gonna freaking destroy anybody who walks in there because I'm pretty sure he's gonna be a killer anyway. He attacked Mustafa Ali when they did the Miz segment anyway. And the thing that bugs me the most, probably the most in anything right now, is the Austin Theory situation. This dude is not that good. Austin Theory is kind of okay at best, but he's still not proving nothing. Like him trying to be Mr. McMahon's protege, and I feel like they just Finn, they're making Finn job out to this dude was so stupid. He could have been United States champion when he first showed up there, but I'm like, bro, it just seems like he's nothing. Ricochet's cool because he's on SmackDown and he does so much better on SmackDown because he's the Intercontinental Championship. But you don't see a lot of other people. I mean, besides the usual, Kane came out, which was cool, and it's the sad part is if Cody becomes the undisputed champion because of Roman Reigns and everything, Brock doesn't really got nothing to do, and that's the sad part. Like the WrestleMania, the go home show of WrestleMania Backlash, really was a kind of a dumb thing in the world. And to me, since we've only got a week or so, I'm just not really interested because at the end of the day, he's an idiot. He's not the smartest dude in the world because it's he's ending up he's gonna end up being a jobber to everybody. And the sad part is he's already jobbing out to certain people. He's gonna be jobbing. He's literally gonna be jobbing out to people. And I'm just you know what? There's not a lot of sense in it, and I kind of get the reason to it, and I kind of get the why. It's just that he doesn't prove anything. It's Seth Rollins is only going after Cody because Cody beat him at WrestleMania, and it's gonna be a good rivalry. But once he gets through Seth, he's gonna go right to Roman. He's taking his time, and I'm just you know what? I would have been cool if Ric Flair would have came out, because he was part of Evolution. I would have been cool with that either, but they probably couldn't get him. You know, I would want Rick to come out. I would want Trips to come out too because he was part of Evolution and Batista to be there. Like that would have been a really great celebration because like Batista coming out and being like, "Yo, it's the animal, it's the four members of Evolution," and it's like, "Yo, they're all there." It's like looking in a picture, man. It's like looking at the picture. Like I like Matt Riddle, I really do. I do, and maybe in the realm of possibility. Like here's the thing, like Velveteen Dream being gone, that kind of bothers me a little bit, but I don't think he's ever coming back. I think he was good. I think just something happened. He just never wanted to come back. Cause to me, it's like Raw, and this is the sad part about the Raw. Like this Raw Go Home show was crap. Like nobody's really making any sense. You still got Mustafa Ali doing the dumbest things. He's never gonna become a champion. And the sad part is, even if they try to make him heel or they try to do retribution again, which was the dumbest thing in the world to begin with, and then you got freaking Dio Brandon as face and NXT 2.0, and I'm like, what's the point of that? What is the point? Like, you don't need to do that. Like, I would think maybe I would think like, yo, maybe it's better for them to do something because I'm like, yo, I wouldn't want LA Knight being the guy and he shows up and he does his thing and he probably gets a challenge and and because of Cameron Grimes because he's doing exceptionally well over there. And the thing is, like, and I'm also gonna hit a note here. Like Raw's always been abysmal, and this is the point I got mad with the whole Roman and Brock. Cause I wasn't really surprised. Like I said, the first half of WrestleMania I was cool with. The second half was all right, but I mean, this is what I mean with Raw. They have nothing left for this dude because Roman's gonna end up being the dude's gonna end up being the de facto bad guy for Cody to beat. So if Cody does beat him, we've got a whole 5 or 6 months, and they're probably gonna do like a whole freaking rivalry trilogy because they need to do that to kind of boost the ratings anyway. Raw beats like AEW beats them every week because we don't have to wait so long. We get the freaking Forbidden Door. These dudes can't even kick it down. They can't because no matter how much they give Seth, no matter how much they're gonna give Cody to Seth, and it's like it's gonna be dumb. He beat him. He only came to WWE to just become champion. So if you become champion, where are you gonna go, bro? What are you gonna do? Another 7 years you're gonna quit? Go back to AEW? Go back to being a face? And for God's sake, and I already know this because I'm pretty sure Brandy Rhodes is probably not even involved in this at all because she's at home taking care of the baby. Because this is what I'm saying. And this is what and I'm also gonna say screw Jim Cornette because Jim Cornette don't know what he's talking about because he's Jim Cornette. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The dude's been in the wrestling business for 30 years, but he's actually been an abject failure. And I can say that because, dude, like I listened to his stuff and him talking about Cody being in WWE, and the sad part is, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like the sad part of this whole situation is this Raw episode was garbage. Like it was hot garbage. Like the Uso. So basically, it was a 6-man tag match against Ezekiel, which is like Elias's brother, and then with him and RK Bro and the Usos. I just want to see the darn tag team unification match. That's all I really want to see at Backlash. I don't even care about Charlotte and Ronda. I don't care. Like I honestly don't give a. I don't because they're not doing nothing. Because as much even if she beats Charlotte and becomes the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Bianca Belair will probably be a better challenge for her because Bianca Belair would want to prove it to everyone. And now Sonya Deville keeps popping up and trying to ruin her plans too. Because the funny thing about Sonya Deville, she's gonna be eating. The problem is they don't know what to do with Sonya Deville. They don't, and it's sad. And I was like, how much do you know? Because I'm like, If I would have met him like Mr. Phil, like you're great, but the problem is you're never gonna be women's champion because you come in as this brainy like GM and you don't know how to run the stupid brand. You don't. You and Adam Pearce are a bunch of idiots. You guys are sitting around doing absolutely nothing. I respect everybody else in that brand, but you don't even get a little bit. You barely get a championship. You went from being with Mandy Rose and Paige to being a general manager to being a referee, and you couldn't even do anything. You couldn't even get yourself a title or make yourself well known. You had a fight with Mandy Rose. Are you insane? Like Mandy Rose on NXT right now is fucking killing it over there. And this is the thing. And the sad part is, if Mandy brings Gigi Dolan and the rest of them in, and brings her Toxic Attraction crew to Raw, it's gonna be a freaking massacre. They're gonna want to fight everybody, and that's what they should have did with them. Because the thing is, her being a heel works for her because she's beautiful and she can use her beauty as like kind of a charm thing. But here's the thing: I look at Alpha Academy. Alpha Academy does freaking amazing. Those dudes are flying. Chad Gable's kind of finding himself, but he's there and he has an idea what he wants to do. Kevin Owens is just being a heel, but he's already going downhill. Ever since he took on Stone Cold, the brother went downhill. That was all he did. And that's all he's ever going to do. Kevin Owens is not going to become Universal Champion again. He could have been the guy to beat Roman, but nah, you failed at it. And this is what I'm saying, guys. Like, my point is like, we've seen so much of Raw last night, and I've seen so much of it that I don't even wanna I don't even wanna say anymore because it was so bad. Like, I'm gonna make an NXT predictions, but I already know what's gonna happen. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.